Hello everyone and welcome to our Learning Hour webinar. I'm Prasanna and I'm excited to be your host for today's session. Today we have our expert trainer Mr. Alex and he will be sharing a very interesting topic about understanding keywords, the basics of SEO. During the session you may ask questions in the chat box below. Mr. Alex will answer the question at the end of the session. Without waiting any longer, I hand over the floor to Mr. Alex.
Thank you, Prasanna, for your introduction. Yeah, so hi everyone. Thank you for dropping by this Lunch and Learn. And it's going to be a 1 hour session, quick session to share with you a little bit of ideas on what we can do to actually improve our marketing performance. And one of the way that we can do it, other than social media, is look into this area called SEO, right? Search engine optimization. So everyone, when people say SEO, the things that come into my mind is that, oh, I want to rank my website to the first page, right? So that is true. So, but what will makes the website rank first page? Okay, there's more than 200 ranking factors according to Google, and today we want to focus one very very important factor that search engine use to help you rank higher, which is this thing called the keyword, and that's what we are going to discuss today. Now, let me share my screen and I will explain to you and share with you what I learned throughout my journey in the areas of SEO. For those who have never seen me before, I'm just call me Alex and I run an agency myself. And my goal objectives is to share what we have learned and what we learn from our client to share with you, whether you are a similar industry like us, or whether you are in a corporate, or whether you're in a freelance, part-time, full-time. I believe sharing our perspectives and sharing our ideas together will make us better, right? In terms of helping other people, adding value on their marketing area. The topic today is understanding keywords basic of SEO. And the purpose of why we do SEO, other than ranking the first thing, the first page, there must be a reason. Why do you want to rank the first page? Number one is because you want to get consistent organic traffic. So when you can get consistent organic traffic, naturally your leads will also increase, right? Now, assuming you have call to action and then your website is all mobile friendly and user friendly. So when you do a proper job in terms of improving your website, okay, and then you use proper keywords that represent what you do and let Google pick up, and Google will reward you with the ranking, and then you get organic traffic come to your site. The other idea why would people come to want to do SEO is because it will help you reduce advertising costs. Things have changed. 10 years ago, if you run Facebook ads, it's one of the fastest way to help you get a lot of leads, right? Now, today is still the same. You will still get a lot of leads, literally in days. However, you realize that advertising cost is getting more expensive as well compared to last 5 to 10 years, and it's going to get more and more expensive unless there are new channels coming out. Yeah, so for example, if you have been doing Facebook, Instagram for a very long time, then you realize that the cost per leads is going to continue to go up and up. That is why one reason would people want to counter that effort or to mitigate that risk is they will look into this area on SEO so that it will help them reduce advertising costs. If you do SEO, it's more about not you paying Google. Right? If you pay Google means Google ads. But if you're not paying Google and Google still rank you, that is called SEO. And that would naturally help you reduce your costs, marketing costs, advertising budget. Okay. And then the next one is to allows you to get high quality leads and traffic. Okay. If you go to social media, you scroll phones, you consume content, basically you are filling up your spare time, checking out what's happening right now among your friends, your family, and keeping yourself updated in the news and events. But if you do it correctly for SEO, yeah, if you do search engine optimization, this marketing campaign, you realize that people that come to your site are people who have already certain intention of what they want to do. For example, maybe they want to look for a supplier, or maybe they want to look for a services or particular products. So that's when they will land on your website, right? It's not like they'll randomly stumble upon your website. When people go to Google, they type in keywords. That's when the keywords, okay, that matches your website. Yeah, simply speaking, yeah, simple way to understand it. And Google rank you, then people go in, look at your content, they like it, then they will come to you. So it's more about people coming to find you rather than you going to um, go for looking for advertising for other people who needs it. Yeah, so you will attract higher quality of leads and traffic for your business. SEO is also predictable because before you do SEO, you can know how many keywords that is available right now every month. It's sustainable because the traffic will come to you consistently. It's not like a sharp drop. So if you compare with social media example, if you do a video, do a picture posting, and then maybe you get a lot of views, a lot of engagement, but that would be for maybe a few days. Okay. And then or weeks. What will happen after that? It will just waterfall, right? It will just waterfall, and then your content will be buried by other people's content and news. SEO is a bit different because it's by intent. So whether you create a content today, next 3 years, next 5 years, next 10 years, if it's very relevant, still relevant to the people, and you are doing amazing job in terms of keeping your content updated to the latest one, you will consistently get the traffic. So it's more sustainable where the traffic is going to come in organically. And then the next one is scalable. So there's no limit of how you want to scale your SEO website and ranking to the market share available. Okay, so that is one of the very good benefits and that you can use SEO. Now the next one is building better trust and brand positioning. You see, SEO help us build trust. Can you imagine when someone type in your company name and then your website pop up? So what does that signify to them? It symbolizes them that, oh, this guy or this company must be a legit one. It's a professional company because they even have a website. Okay, that's one way. And can you also imagine one scenario we just type in the keywords, you're the first one to come out. So do you think people have more trust than you compared to the advertisement they see on social media? Of course, they'll put more trust on you because you're the first that comes up on their site, isn't it? So this is another way. Now, last but not least, one of the thing that you can do for SEO is to allow what you call people look at the stages. Anyone who knows or who doesn't know about your website, about your product or services, they will just come to your site, right? So SEO is suitable for all the customer journeys phases. Whether they heard about you, they check you out. Whether they are interested about your products, they come and check you out. Or whether they are considering you, your products, or they are comparing yours versus others. So it is suitable for anyone to come to your website. So it's not like you have to follow the funnel. Okay, awareness funnel, you have to do certain things. Okay, interest funnel, you have to do certain things. No. So everything from awareness, interest, consideration, action to be getting people to keep coming back to you, become a fans. You can use this as a way, right? Build a website, rank on SEO that allows everyone from different stages come over to your site. So that's the purpose of SEO and some of the main benefits. Now, the other thing that you have to understand is that SEO and website works together. If you have a website, but your website is not content optimized, your website is slow, your website is not user friendly, and then your SEO is going to be very, very hard. Unless your product or services, okay, your website is the only one that people can go to, no other place. Okay. Example, government agency website. Okay, so in common agency website, no matter whether you like it or not, you still have to go there, right? To submit your tax, to do your registration, because there's no competitor in the sense of government. So unless you are that level, then that is okay. But or else, if you are in business, then it's different because you have competition. All right. So website optimization is where you optimize for user experience and makes your website easy for people to access and visit. So that's your goal. And then SEO is where you want to work with the search engine backend. You want to make your website to be discovered by search engine, making it easy to find, index, and rank. Yeah. Website optimization, SEO works hand in hand together. Just remember that. Did you know there are more than 30 types of search engine around the world? You have Yandex, not sure if you heard about Yandex before, and then you have DuckDuckGo, you have Baidu, you have Yahoo. All the search engines are famous in certain countries or certain demographics. For Malaysian, most of us still use Google. Probably some of you use Bing or Yahoo. Yeah. For in overall, generally in the whole world, Google has 92% of the market share compared to the rest. And followed by Bing have 2.98%, and then Yahoo 1.17% market share. Therefore, all the search engine optimization work that we do, we will follow Google, and then you can also use the same concept apply on other search engine like Bing, like Yahoo. Yeah, it's the same. If you can do it well on Google, the rest is not a problem for you because it's the same. The nature of search engine is to allows you to find information that you need in the shortest time possible. This is this is share of search engine referrals for Malaysian. This is 2023, and I'm still waiting for 2024 report. 2023 January, Malaysian, we have about 96% of the search engine market share. Okay. And then followed by Bing, and then by Yahoo. So this is just a FYI, just to show you. Some of you maybe never heard of DuckDuckGo, but if you have time, you can go and check out DuckDuckGo. It's kind of fun to use. They have an app also. Yeah. DuckDuckGo focus on what they call making the privacy for every search without letting the ads track you. Okay. Because if you go to Google, they will have cookies, right? They will have pixel, they have things that can track you. But DuckDuckGo doesn't do that. DuckDuckGo doesn't allow advertisers to track you. How search engine works. Let me explain to you before we talk about how keywords and SEO works. We have to understand a little bit about how search engine works. There's a myth when someone publish a website. Let's say today you have a company, you build a website. You once you publish, we will expect that Google is going to rank our website accordingly. It's not true. Google need to take a bit of time to understand what your website do. So Google have this thing called robots or web crawler. And then they will first do this thing first. Every single day, they will have robots or spiders or web crawler to crawl to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of websites. Okay. And then to identify, what is this website about? What is this website about? And then after that, they will start record it, yeah, and then put in their database, their system to understand. Okay, so we have this website sells fruits or sell clothes, sell sports shoes. So let me take that now. And why do they need to do it? It's because Google wants to rank you or want to rank it for the user to allow user to discover you when your website content everything is relevant to what the user's intent. And then this whole process is going to continue and continue. The idea here is when you publish a website, you will also need to let search engine know that you have already published your website or you have updated your content. and then allows Google to really understand what your website does so that they can keep, so that they can keep a record on what this website about, so that then they can rank you. Our goal of SEO is to make sure we done this correctly, and allow Google to do its job. That's how search engine works. So when it comes to SEO, we have three pillars: technical, on page, we have off page. So technical is where you do the technical part of your website backend. When people say technical SEO means you have to go to the back end of the website and do something. Example, to what you call to eliminate certain coding, or to insert certain code, or to improve your website speed, or to compress certain images, or to clear certain database behind the scene. So that is more on technical side. And the one that we will focus on today is on page. Okay, on page means keywords related. So we have two parts. If you want to understand keywords, there are two things you need to know. Number one, always remember we have to do research first on keywords. So if you want to do SEO for on page, we have two parts. First is to do keyword research, and then afterwards is to optimize the keyword. So there are different ways to do keyword research, and then there are different ways to do content optimization, and I will share with you a bit how to do that. And last but not least is off-page link building. We want to build different links, authority links coming back to you to feature you. So this is when PR happening. Yeah. So you example, just imagine that there are authority site like Star Newspaper, example, or maybe certain very famous media prima, or BFM, ATV. They talks about your website and then they hyperlink back to you. Yeah. So these are all related to off-page link building. Let's take a look at on-page. On-page SEO. There are two parts. The first thing that you will need to learn is this thing called keyword research and analysis. And before we do this, there are certain terms that I would like to introduce you. The first one is called long tail and keyword, short tail keyword. So long tail keyword or short tail keyword is where you want to decide how long the keyword is going to be to rank for your website. Short tail means very 1 to 2 words. It's very short. It's usually more generic. Okay, so long tail is more specific. Long tail has 3 words or more, and usually people will rank long tail versus short tail. Yeah, and then the next thing is keyword intent, where you want to understand what's people intention when they want to look for something. There are different types of keyword intent. You have navigational intent, informational intent, commercial and transactional intent. So this intention will allow Google to rank relevant website, okay, to help you to get more business. And then certain intent, it's more for conversion purposes. Example, commercial on transaction intent, it's more for selling, okay, buying. Informational is to get more information, yeah, or solution. Navigational is go to a certain place or go to a certain destination directly. Example, Maybank to you, Facebook.com. All right, you don't type socialmedia.com, right? You type Facebook, you type Maybank. Yeah. So keywords will have different intention, yeah, that allow us to find what we need. So we need to understand users' intent. And then the next thing is the volume. We also want to look at whether the volume is high enough. Yeah, number one. And then number two, whether it is competitive. So then you will have all these things where you want to optimize your content. For example, optimize your title tag, your meta descriptions, your H1 to H6 headings, your structure. You can bold important keywords, update, remove, create high quality content, naming images, include outbound, inbound link. And then I'll explain to you the reason why all this comes in together. So you can't have this without this. So you need to have this first, and then you come in here to optimize your content. I'm going to pause a bit, and I will use the notepad to share with you the details on each part that I will share with you. So just now we talk about keywords, right? Keywords. And then the first thing is long tail versus short tail keyword. Yeah. So long tail keywords, the attributes, they are specifics. That means example, how to jump higher. Okay. Or five or 5-star resort hotel in Benin. Okay. What else? So 3 or longer words. Best gaming laptop in 2024. So these are long tail keywords. It's very specific. The intention, you know exactly why would people want to type here. Imagine if people were to type how to jump higher, what do you think their intention would be? Is to get instruction, right? Okay, I want to know how, is to get information, isn't it? So the idea is that they type in long tail because they want to get certain information. What about this 5-star resort hotel in Penang? This is also long tail, isn't it? What do you think the intention behind to type this keyword is? Because they are doing research, they are planning, or they are ready to buy, isn't it? Ready to purchase. So this is the intention, yeah. And then it's very specific keywords. And then what about this best gaming laptop? Maybe they are interested, they are researching, they are planning, okay, they are considering. So this is the intent behind those keywords. And if you want to convert, have higher conversion rate, usually this type of long tail keywords will give you better conversion rate, and these are more targeted traffic that you will attract. The next one is short tail keywords. So short tail keywords are more generic. Yeah, 1 to 2 words. Okay. So example, let's take a look at some example. Men shoes. All right. What else? You have football. You have what do you call a it can be anything. It can be a laptop. Okay, laptop repair. All right. So these are called short tail keyword. Now, short tail keyword are generic. Usually, they may not be so specific. Example, men's shoes. Men's shoes, there's a lot of shoes, right? You have hiking shoes, you have sports shoe, you have sneakers, you have heavy construction types of shoes for men. There's different types of shoes. So the intention is a bit hard to catch. Football, okay? Football, it can be definition of football. What is a football? Why do people? Why it can be the intention can be why would people play football? Football history. So it can be many directions when people just type football. So it's very hard for Google to even like catch what are you trying to say? What is this intent is all about? And then laptop repair. Now this one is a bit accurate already, right? Because it's quite specific. Laptop repair. So search engine will roughly know, okay, if these types of keywords, meaning that you're looking for reporting, what you call repairing your laptop. And then they're going to show you search results or service center that you can check it out. For SEO purposes, I would recommend you to rank long tail. And then for short tail, depending on your industry, okay, depend on industry. Example, if you have a shop doing laptop repair, then this is okay. Location based, then that is okay. But if you are in an industry where at scale, example, if I were to type camera, so who would come up first? Sony, Canon, Nikon. You get what I mean? Yeah. So these are of keywords. If you are in enterprise level, you are very big skill are made, then you can work on these keywords. All right. So this is just some ideas on understanding keywords. So let's go to the next one. Volume search. To look at keywords, right, we have to understand whether the volume is enough for you to capture traffic, enough traffic for you to get inquiries for conversion. The idea here is to look for keywords that have high volume search, low competition. All right, low competition, high volume search, low competition keywords. So these are industry specifics, industry specific. Depending on your industry, certain industry you will have very high volume. Certain industry you may have only few hundred. Example. So let me give you an example. If I were to type Chinese, what do you call New Year cookies? Okay, New Year cookies. So these are e-commerce, right? So e-commerce are usually high volume. Now, what if I type wrapping machine for factory? So these are very industrial based, right? Industrial. So your volume may be not high, but specific and niche. It still works. It still works. That is why understand your own business and the intention of the consumer behavior is very important. It's so much important than just typing in keywords and decide what to use. Okay. So this is one idea on doing that. Now the other thing is to look at competition, low competition. Having high volume, low competition is what we want to look for. Ideally, ideally. But in life, there's nothing always stays ideal, right? Sometimes you get mixed signal. Maybe it's competitive. Maybe it's high volume. High competition and high volume. Do you want to rank? Okay. Low competition, low volume. Do you want to rank? Not sure yet. So it's not like, okay, you must rank everything high volume, low competition. That is the ideal scenario. It's a framework. A lot of things that we have to consider. High volume, high competition. All right. Then why is it high competition? Is it important to you? If yes, then you can rank. You can still rank. Just that it takes longer time to compete with other people. What about low volume, such low competition? Maybe some people feel that doesn't worth my time to do this effort. Some people will say, okay, it's a low hanging fruit. I think I want to do that. Yeah. So there's no straightforward answer. It's always case by case basis. And depending on the skill of your business, maybe you're a startup, or maybe you're just started out, or maybe you're at scale already, then we will look at different solution to help you. In order to do that, I will recommend you different tools, SEO tools, to look for keywords. And these are, most of them are paid. Yeah, most of them are paid. But if you want to look for free tools, there are also few. I will give you some ideas. The first one that it's very friendly, easy to use is called Uber Suggest. All right, you can create a free account, free and paid. And then the next one is this thing called Href. So if you are a power user, Href, then you can use. It's a paid tool, and free is very limited only. And then next one is called SEM Rush, right? It's a paid tool where you can also use this to look for keywords. For easy understanding, I will use Uber Suggest in this case to do a example for you and show you how it looks like when we want to do keyword research. Okay. So I'll do this in a bit. Now, the next thing that I would like to talk to you about is the keyword intent. So keyword intent, we talked about there are 4 types, right? So the first type is called navigational intent. So navigational intent means to specific site. Okay, to a specific site. Example, Maybank to you, Facebook login. So these are very intentional based, or your company brand. So you just put in Apple Store, Samsung Store. Yeah. So these are very navigational intent. These are branding. When you see these types of branding keywords or navigation intent keywords going more and more and more, there are few perspectives that you can interpret. Number one, your branding is there. A lot more people know you. Number two, people are more interested about what you have to offer. Okay. So your goal is to allow navigational intent to grow more and more and more naturally. Yeah, because you don't have to use SEO. Don't have to use SEO to rank your brand. No such thing, right? Because it's already your brand. You don't have to purposely use SEO to rank your brand. You just need to create a lot of awareness, a lot of interest, a lot of buzz in social media that allow people coming back to you. So that's one way to do it. Now the next intent is called so I'm going to put here the next intent is called informational intent. So there's another informational keyword intent. An example, information, how to sleep better at night. To find information. Benefits of having green tea. Should you do or should you run when you are tired? All kinds of this is to find information. One thing to note that these types of intent, informational intent are generally what? Info intent are generally not converting. That means they just want to look for information. It's not to buy things. Not to buy things. So what you want to do for your SEO strategy, you want to get them to sign up for your newsletter. So newsletter, I think is good. Brochure, yeah, to get them to get them interested, or maybe certain what do you call ebooks, catalog. So these are certain things that you can do to capture these visitors because they are not here to buy things yet. If you want them to buy, maybe the sales and conversion cycle is going to take longer. So to do that, you want to capture them. You can use this to convert. In return, they just give you your email address, and in return you let them download this one. So this is informational intent. Now the next one, another intent is called commercial intent. Commercial intent usually means they are actively planning about something already. They are closer to buying stage. Okay, closer to buying stage means they can buy anytime already. So example, what type of keyword would they be? It looks like, yeah, best running shoes for men in 2024. Yeah, just I share with you something like this. So Samsung versus Oppo. Okay, or maybe what other actively planning commercial intent. Okay, what they call website design for XXX industry. Okay, website design template. So maybe this one could be information, could be commercial. Maybe they because they want to do design already. So maybe they'll buy, or maybe they just look for research first, understand. So it's closer to buying stage compared to information intent. Okay, informational intent. Yeah. So next one is called transactional intent. So much closer to buying. So it's literally they want to buy. Example, flight ticket from KIA to Phuket. Okay. Or Penang Hotel 5-star stay price. So Agoda, Traveloka, these types of hotels deals are usually attracts people who have very high transactional intent, right? Asia flight companies, airline company, because these people are already planning to buy something. They just want to, they are planning their trips. So your website would have a combination of transactional intent, commercial information, and this thing called navigation intent, four types of intent. So whether to rank which one first, okay, depending on where you are right now. For me, um, so for usually for companies, they will want to focus on these two, right? Because you want to actively capture sales. That is okay. But if you look at broader term, the market share of this group of people compared to this group of people is going to be have a very big changes. So commercial and transactional intent usually constitute to have smaller groups, right? So let me just put a notes down here. What is this? This is number 2. Okay, number 4, 5. So transactional, commercial intent, audience size typically are smaller compared to informational, because buyer there's always like this only, and everyone wants to capture this buyer market, so you're going to pay a lot to get these leads. So what you want to do is to create more information, additional content to educate, all right, to generate interest, okay, to capture leads. So that's where blogging comes in. Blog articles, right? YouTube video. So these types of content will allows you to capture not just this group of people, but people who are maybe just know about you, or they are interested about what you have done. So these types of informational content is going to be very helpful to you. Now, it does not directly impact your sales for now, but it will direct impact your sales for the long run. Is that okay? So I hope I share with you some ideas on how you can do this. Let me share with you a idea, tools that we will use. It's called Uber Suggest. I'm going to show you how it looks like. So it's free. Yeah? So example, you just choose a country name, let's say Malaysia English, and I want to type a domain keywords on a certain thing. So say if I were to sell photography services, all right, wedding photography. Let's take a look at the keyword search. Okay. So just let me sign in first. Now, if you have to, so you can create a free account, by the way. So if I go down, you can see it's going to have keyword ideas for you, and then he will show you the trend, he will show you the volume, and then you will also have this thing called SD, right? PDSD. So SD means SEO difficulty, how competitive it is for this keyword, particular keyword. How difficult or how competitive it is if you want to run ads. Wedding photography photos, 1,000 volume search. Is it easy to rank? Still okay. 62 means moderate. Wedding photography ideas. Wedding photography package. Penang, Malaysia, India, and so on and so forth. So let's digest a bit more. So what you want to do is to analyze the intention. What do you think the ideas behind when people type this keyword? Wedding photography ideas. Are they looking to buy certain things, or they just look for ideas only? So maybe they are not yet ready to engage photography services. Maybe this is just their idea. It may take some time. So do you want to rank this out keywords? Yeah. So it's at 320. So to me, in this industry, I think it's pretty solid.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, I think you have muted your mic.
Oh, I muted my mic. Oh, just only, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm not sure why. Okay. All right. So when was I?
I'm sorry, sir. You have muted again, is it?
Why? I didn't do anything.
Um,
Okay. Okay. You check. Yeah. Thanks
I,
for reminding me. Not sure why is it like that. Okay. Then you will have wedding photography Malaysia. You have wedding photography Malaysia. I think this is pretty solid to rank. So you have to do this few times. Wedding photography and then wedding photography Malaysia, maybe photographer for wedding, best photographer for wedding, try a few more things and then look at what it helped you. And then what you want to do is to what you want to do is to let me show you is to download all these keywords. Okay, so click export. So export, so export, and then you check, see whether these keywords relevant to you. Yeah. So you want to compile a lot of keywords. Then you are going to take out those keywords that is not relevant. Example, you see all the zero keywords. Zero keywords is not relevant to you. Then you can just delete the whole thing, right? Delete the whole thing. So let me just delete. Example. So continue. 10, I think is too little. Usually, if you ask me, I'll look at 100 and above. If it's 90, it depends on you. Whether you think that it's important to you, then you can do. Or else, then just 100 and above. Okay. So basically, it's not much from this keyword alone. So a lot of this, you don't have to bother. So these are very typical low search volume, yeah, low competition. If you ask me, 10 per month, it's too little for me. Yeah. So these are just some ideas on how you can do more keyword research. All right. So let me go back to my slides. So one thing that you want to do is to few things. So once you have research, what can you do? One thing is to improve your title tag. Okay. And then improve your meta description. So this one, this is called meta description. So the first one is title, second one is description. So every single web pages that you have, you want to improve these keywords. Is that okay? Improve keywords here, improve our keywords here. So that would actually help you. Now, recommended characters 50 to 60. This is not a policy by SEO, Google. It's just a recommended characters by the community of SEO. Yeah. And then you have meta description 50 to 160. If you write it too long, it will just truncate. That means a dot, 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 dot. Now, the other thing that you can do is to, let me show you, is to optimize your URL. So this one, so you don't have to write exactly how to start a blog that generate 2817 a month. Then you can just put here how to start a blog. Yeah. So it's URL friendly structure, relevant keywords, and then simple and concise. So anything after the extension, domain extension .com, after .my, after .com.my slash, that URL structure also tells Google what is this about. This is the common mistakes. Yeah, certain people or certain website will have this issue. Example.com slash index.php. You don't know what it meant, right? It's all the coding, and you don't want that. You want to have a clean URL structure that allows people to understand what this website is all about. Wikipedia.org/wiki/aviation. Google will understand aviation, Wikipedia, and you will also know, okay, this area is about aviation. So go through your website and check all the URL structure, whether it is friendly enough, whether it is simple, whether it actually communicates what it does. Now, next one is to understand headings. Google doesn't know which keyword is the most important keyword, which keyword is the second most important or the third most important. What you want to do is to allow Google to share with you, what you want to do is to tell Google which one is the most important keywords for you in a website. So you have to put a H1 in the headlines. Usually it's at the front part of your website or a blog title. And then you want to put a second most important one, third most important, fourth most important. Most people will use the first 2 to 3 only. Okay, so this one is will help user to scan a page heading before deciding whether they want to continue to read, and they are a medium weak on page SEO signal. You want to give the signal to add relevancy to your page, and there are 6 headers. We have H1 to H6 that you can use. Right, so main heading should always be H1. Let me give you an example. If I were to type life hack or G block, so let's take a look. So let's say I were to type, I will go to one of the, what they call, this thing. So let's see, talks about blogs, right? Latest article. Let's talk about latest article. Say this one, okay? Goal setting. Click. Now you have, this blog, right? This is the title. You will want to tell Google this is the H1, most important title. And then this is paragraphs. And then if you have more important keywords that you want to highlight, just bold it. Then the rest, should this be H1? No, this one should be H2. Okay. And then the rest may be H3, then bold, bold, bold. Okay. And then this one H2 example. So don't put everything H1 because you will don't know, you don't want to confuse search engine. You want to know, tell them that there's only one H1 in this entire article, the most important headline. Which one? Answer is this one. Then the rest you will have to adjust. So this one H2, that means the second important one because it's like the second headline. And then after that, everything else is H3, H4. Okay, so this is understanding headlines. Let me share with you more. Let me see if I can see more. So H1 example, H2 example, paragraph H2, like that. Let's continue. Next one is to add alt text. If you have a image, you want to put a proper name in your image to make it easily identified by Google image, and then to also allow Google to get more context about your website content. Image has a meaning, right? Certain icon has a meaning, and if they have meaning, make sure you put this alternative text, give a meaning to this image to add on the context about what this website or content is all about. If you don't put anything, Google will pick it up manually. Sometimes they pick up the wrong thing. Sometimes they just ignore, or sometimes they overlook that this picture actually is important to that particular articles or web page. If it's for decoration purposes only, example for background use or just for a what they call aesthetic, then you can just don't do anything. All right, don't need to type background, just no need to do anything. Or you can just put this now alternate text, yeah, or leave it blank. If the image is for decoration, example, background image, just put now. That means just put quote unquote and then leave it empty. So describe the image briefly. You put in keywords, short and descriptive. And who knows, if your images is important and picked up by Google search, it will also appear in where? Google image, right? People can also discover your website, drive more traffic to your website through Google image. All right, next one is to have relevant text. Yeah, put inbound link, put outbound link. So this is called anchor text. We have hyperlink. You want to make sure the anchor link, hyperlink, reflects similarity of the page of the post when people click. Okay. So if it leads to error page, it's called broken link. When you have articles, do check the hyperlink. So hyperlink can link back to your own articles, or hyperlink you can link back to other people's article, or you can link to others' website, which provide more value and reference for the readers. Let me give you one more example. Okay, I hope it's not muted. All right. Let's use back these articles. If you go down all the way down, you will see resources, right? Let me just pull all the way down. Okay. Okay, it's not here. So let me go back up, go back up, go back up. Okay, so you see reference, right? So this reference, if I click, it will go outside to a different study, right? This is dtgsites.fas.ed, harvard.edu. Okay, so this is where it gets the reference. What about this one? Click. Right? So it links to other people's website. Basically, what you trying to do is to tell Google that, hey, Google, I'm actually have different reference and I actually adding more values to my reader by giving them other links, other places that they can look into to study if they are interested. Google will feel that, will know that, hey, you are actually giving so much value and I will want to reward you. So this is a simple way of explaining it. When you use anchor link, hyperlink it to your relevant blogs, articles, or link it to other place. All right, so let me just go through one more. So the other thing that you will want to do is to update, remove, and create a new content. Okay, so in Google, there's this tool called Google Search Console. Yeah, I won't be going through that now because it takes a bit of time. But I want to share with you that in your Google Search Console tools, you can actually look at how many clicks, how many impressions. Yeah, and then maybe you can think about maybe these are the one that you have some impression, low clicks. Either you remove it or you improve the articles if you see the potential to increase the impression and the clicks. One way to think about it is update content or remove content. Now, for those who are top performing articles, example, you have 69,000 impression and 4,000 clicks, right? You can improve the articles, make it so much better, then the clicks will continue to increase, impression going to increase, and then your ranking of this keyword, example, check and claim your unclaimed monies online. So let's say this is the keyword you want to rank. It's going to rank more consistently at the front page, and then you're going to generate more clicks. Yeah. Therefore, this strategy can allows you to refresh and go through the content that is outdated, whether you want to delete, remove, or you want to update. What about those top performing content? What do you want to do? Do you want to do the same thing, or do you want to improve it, or you want to create new types of content related to this? Maybe it's part 2, maybe it's part 3. Is either you can write in one single articles or you can break it down to different articles. Yeah. So that would be another strategy that to help you to grow your SEO campaign. Therefore, you see, SEO is a very creative way for you to play around, and there's no hard and fast rules on what you should do. There's a framework for you as a guideline. Okay, always remember to focus on people first content. Yeah? Google will want you to do this. Focus on people first content. People first content, not search engine first content. Meaning to say, example, you um, spam keywords, you buy traffic, you use bot generated content that not understandable, that not natural. Now, bot generated content is not AI generated content. You can use AI generated content. So Google don't really care. But what they want is people come first, whether your content adds value to people or not. So don't do this, don't do this. Yeah, these are some very common mistakes that most people will do. So I hope that these quick introductions and understanding keywords would be able to help you to improve your SEO content. Is that okay? All right. So I think I will stop here. I will pass back to the host, and then let's see if there's any questions from the floor. Then I can address for you. Okay, back to you, Prasanna.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Alex, for the great sharing. All right. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or doubts, and Mr. Alex will respond to them. Let's take a moment to collect the questions.
Okay, sure.
Okay, it seems like there are no questions. Now, let me share you about our upcoming training sessions. First, we have Mr. Alex training session in January and February. In January, we have SEO and SEM training, and in February, we have DMM and digital marketing professional training. Then we also have Microsoft Power BI, social media marketing, CapCut for video marketing, ChatGPT Mastery, Canva Design Bootcamp, Microsoft Excel Basic Level, Data Analytics and Visualization, AI tools for content creation and marketing, Microsoft Excel Intermediate and Advanced Level, and Microsoft Power Query. If you're interested in enrolling in any of these courses, you can contact us. Thank you all and have a good day. Please follow and like our social media and get in touch with us. Thank you, Mr. Alex.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. See you.
See you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.